Hi New Zealand, this is Jay from Drive EV in Taupo with a round the lake range test. We are going to take every one of our electric cars around Lake Taupo to see how much range it has, see how efficient it is, and then at the end we're going to charge it up at the fastest available charge for that vehicle, back to 80%, try and simulate some real world driving conditions. Jay's round the lake range test and pie review coming up. What we got today, we've got a ZE40 Renault Zoe. This particular one I took from Wellington to Taupo yesterday, so if that doesn't get you familiar with the car, I really don't know what will. I managed 14 point something kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which I'm pretty proud of, at an average of 69 kilometers per hour, so taking it very, very easy that time. But that was the choice of stop in Palmy, get a full charge on a 22, do some shopping, do some messing around, and not have to stop again. So if it had been a bit less efficient, it would have been a stop in Turangi, which would have been getting home after dark. None of it's a major hassle, but I don't like driving in the dark. I'm old, sue me. So today's drive's not going to be anywhere near as efficient. I'll be doing the speed limit, possibly a little bit below. I will be using cruise control. We've got no heated seats in this model. We're going to have the cabin heaters on though. The ambient temperature outside is about 11 degrees and it is blowing. That'll help one way and it'll hinder the other. So this model of Zoe doesn't have B mode or one pedal driving. It's got some good regen, but on the braking you can feel the difference between the software brakes and the mechanical brakes. But I'll be using that on the descents. One of the things I do want to talk about is that this has obviously a 40 kilowatt hour battery, which is loads. Does not have rapid charging, doesn't have DC charging. So you do have to plan a little bit more. Again, it's not the end of the world. Yesterday we did make it from Wellington to Taupo. One stop. Long stop, but only one stop. If it's not got DC charging, that means it's never been fast charged, which means the battery's really healthy. We think, I haven't checked this one yet, we'll check on the end, but we think this one's about 91% state of health. That's pretty good. Not quite sure how many Ks it's done. Again, we'll stick that up. So one of the things we wanted to get across in this video, for anyone considering one and looking at the lack of DC charging, if you have a fairly substantial commute, these are getting pretty keenly priced now, and you've got a massive battery. The range on them for a vehicle of this size is as much as you would want in a vehicle of this size. It is a small car and it has small car comfort. I'm a 6'2" and slightly overweight, so something slightly larger does suit me quite well. But if I was looking to save money on a commute, was say Taupo to Rotorua or that sort of equivalent, then this would probably be the cheapest way to do that and then charge at home. One of the things I did pick up on, because this last night I got home on 10%, and I plugged it in on the 3-pin and woke up this morning and it had not charged. Turns out that they're a little bit picky on the amps that they get, so the leaf's maybe just a little bit less fussy, because I've always used that fairly old, knackered old plug socket in my garage for everything else that I've charged. The Tesla, the Leaf, what else have we had charging there? Weeby Whackers converted Golf, that plugged in, that seemed fairly happy. This is the first time I've plugged into that socket and not had the car take a charge. So that's just something to bear in mind. Just make sure that your wiring is up to code. Mine probably isn't. that first bit, if I can average around about 20 something kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, then I'm pretty happy with that. No point stressing about it as we flatten off or descend a bit. Currently we're doing averaging 16.2, and I've been driving about sort of 80, 90. So fun things about Renault Zoes. They've got a proper manual handbrake, and they've got a very automatic car style shifter. So jump in, start the car, pull back on the shifter, it's where you'd expect it to be. Goes into reverse as you'd expect, goes into drive as you'd expect. Super easy. Pretty straightforward transition from one of them petrol cars, I reckon. So exciting to drive so slowly and have it feel like you're doing something. Right into the straights. Today's my review, because it's the afternoon and it's nearly dinner time, but fancy the snack, is the Z Station vegan sausage roll. Pretty nice, I reckon. You know when you eat something that is said to be vegetarian or vegan and you're not quite sure, like it might actually be really quite close to that's what processed meat tastes like. And it's been a while, so I'm not the best judge of that. But that looked very much like processed meat, and that was a bit unnerving. And it tasted like it wanted to be a sausage. It wasn't high on the flavour scale. A bit salty, quite nice, flaky pastry. Very much better than not having a sausage roll. But overall, I think if I had the choice between a Z sausage roll, a Z sausage roll and a BP sausage roll, then it'd be a BP sausage roll every time. They do seem to have that worked out. It does, as far as I know, taste like a sausage roll. Normal roads, 80 kilometers an hour. .64 decibels. It's a city car. Drive EV, and we've used 25 kilowatt hours in the battery to go 158.2 k's on the clock. Went average 61.3, so I guess a lot of that is in-town driving as well. It drags that down quite a bit. Average consumption was 16.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, so much the same as I was getting driving very, very carefully back from Welly. And when we charged it up to a full battery, it's got about 95% state of health. Pretty efficient, pretty healthy little beast. That's the story on the 2018 Zoe ZE40.